Welcome back to the Top Liberty Coins. Today's story is not just about a coin, it's about a piece of American history that could be sitting quietly in someone's pocket, a forgotten drawer, or an old collection, yet worth an unbelievable amount of money. Imagine holding a coin that looks simple, old, maybe even ordinary, but in reality, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, today we are diving deep into the world of the famous 1961 Liberty coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and treasure hunters around the world. At first glance, the Liberty coin represents freedom, pride, and heritage. The design itself carries a powerful message: Lady Liberty, standing tall, symbolizing hope and strength. These coins were minted during a time when the world was going through major changes, and every detail on this coin reflects that era. Now let's talk about what makes the 1961 coin so special. The D mint mark means this coin was produced in Denver. Millions of coins were minted that year, but here's the twist: not all coins are created equal. Among those millions, only a very small number have unique features that make them extremely valuable today. Collectors are not just looking for any 1961 coin. They are searching for coins with perfect condition, rare mint errors, or extraordinary shine and detail. These are known as high-grade coins, and they can sell for massive amounts. Now imagine this: a coin that originally had a value of just a few cents could now be worth up to $787,976.48. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this is the reality of rare coin collecting. One small difference, a tiny minting error, a sharper strike, or an untouched surface, can turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing asset. One of the biggest factors that increases the value is condition. Coins are graded on a scale, and the closer they are to perfection, the higher their price. A coin that looks like it just came out of the mint, even after decades, is incredibly rare. These coins are called mint state coins, and they are highly sought after. Another important factor is rarity. Even though many 1961 coins were made, very few survived in top condition. Over time, coins get scratched, worn, or damaged. So finding one that is still flawless is like finding a needle in a haystack. Then comes the mystery of mint errors. Sometimes during production, mistakes happen. Maybe the design is slightly off, or the coin is struck twice, or the metal composition is unusual. These errors make coins unique, and collectors love uniqueness. The rarer the error, the higher the value. History also plays a huge role. The early 1960s were a significant period. Coins from this era represent more than just money, they represent a moment in time. When collectors buy such coins, they are not just buying metal, they are buying history. Now let's think about where such coins could be hiding. They could be in old piggy banks, inherited collections, antique shops, or even in everyday circulation. Many people don't realize the value of what they have. A coin that looks old and worn could actually be extremely valuable if it has the right characteristics. This is why coin hunting has become so popular. People are searching through their spare change, visiting markets, and exploring old collections in the hope of finding that one rare coin that changes everything. But here's something very important: not every 1961 coin is worth a fortune. You must know what to look for. Details matter. The shine, the edges, the clarity of the design, and even the smallest marks can determine whether a coin is worth a few cents or thousands of dollars. Professional grading services are often used to verify a coin's authenticity and value. These experts examine every detail under magnification and assign a grade. This grade can significantly affect the price of the coin in the market. The coin market itself is constantly changing. Prices go up and down based on demand, rarity, and global interest. Right now, rare coins are gaining massive attention, and collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for the best pieces. The idea that a small coin can be worth nearly $800,000 is what makes this hobby so exciting. It's not just about money, it's about discovery, history, and the thrill of finding something truly rare. So next time you see an old coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Check the year, the mint mark, and the condition. You never know, you might be holding a hidden treasure. And remember, the world of coins is full of surprises. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth more than you can imagine. Stay curious, keep searching, and who knows, maybe the next big discovery will be yours. This is Coins, bringing you the secrets of valuable treasures one story at a time. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins that collectors and treasure hunters keep talking about again and again. This is not just any ordinary coin. This is a story of history, rarity, mystery, and the possibility of finding something extremely valuable hiding in plain sight. We are talking about the legendary 1969 Liberty coin and its shocking market value claims that reach as high as $787,976.47. Imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand and realizing it could change your life. That is exactly why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt. And today's coin might be one of those hidden treasures. Let's begin with the history, because every valuable coin has a story behind it. The Liberty design has been one of the most iconic symbols in coinage history. Liberty represents freedom, strength, and identity. Over the years, many coins have carried the Liberty image, especially in the United States. These designs were not only artistic but also deeply meaningful, reflecting the spirit of a nation. Now when we talk about 1969 D, the D Mint mark stands for Denver Mint. Coins produced in Denver often have subtle differences that make them unique. But what makes the 1969 D Liberty coin so interesting is not just where it was made, but how rare certain variations can be. In 1969, millions of coins were minted. At first glance, nothing seems special. But hidden among those millions are rare errors, unique strikes, and unusual details that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts of money for. This is where things start getting exciting. Some 1969 coins, especially certain penny varieties like the famous 1969 double die, have sold for massive prices. While that specific variety is usually linked to a different mint mark, the hype around 1969 coins has caused collectors to recheck every single coin from that year, including those with the D Mint mark. Now let's talk about value. You might be wondering how a simple coin can reach a value like $787,976.47. The truth is, not every 1969 D Liberty coin is worth that much. In fact, most are only worth face value or slightly more. But the rare ones, the special ones, the error coins, those are the ones that can explode in value. What kind of features should you look for first? Check for mint errors. These include doubled letters, misaligned strikes, off-center designs, or unusual thickness. Even a small detail can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Second, condition matters more than anything. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they look almost brand new with no wear, can be worth significantly more. Professional grading can increase value dramatically. Third, rarity and demand. If a coin is rare and many collectors want it, the price goes up. This is basic supply and demand, but in the coin world, it can lead to unbelievable prices. Now let's imagine a real scenario. You are going through an old collection, maybe something passed down from family, or even coins you collected years ago. You find a 1969 D Liberty coin. At first, it looks normal. But then you notice something unusual. Maybe the text looks slightly doubled. Maybe the edges are not perfectly aligned. This is where your journey begins. You take a closer look. You compare it with images online. You start realizing that your coin might not be ordinary. And suddenly, the idea that this small coin could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands starts to feel real. Stories like this are not just imagination. Collectors around the world have discovered rare coins in the most unexpected places. Some found them in pocket change. Some inherited them. Some bought them unknowingly for very little. This is why knowledge is power in coin collecting. Let's talk about the market. The coin market is always changing. Prices go up and down based on demand, discoveries, and collector interest. A coin that was once ignored can suddenly become valuable if collectors start paying attention to it. In recent years, social media and online marketplaces have increased awareness. More people are checking their coins. More people are learning about rare varieties. This has created a wave of excitement in the coin collecting world. The 1969 Liberty coin has become part of that conversation. Even though not every coin will be worth a fortune, the possibility keeps collectors searching. And that is what makes this hobby so thrilling. Now let's break one myth: not every 1969 coin is worth hundreds of thousands. Be careful of exaggerated claims. Always verify with trusted sources, professional grading services, and expert opinions, but at the same time, never ignore a coin just because it looks ordinary, because sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hidden in the simplest forms. Here is what you should do if you think you have a valuable coin. First, do not clean it. Cleaning can damage the coin and reduce its value instantly. Second, store it safely in a protective holder. Third, get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Fourth, research similar coins and recent sales. And finally, be patient. The right buyer can make a huge difference in price. Coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, discovery, and excitement. Every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story can be worth a fortune. The idea that a small coin like the 1969 Liberty could reach a value close to $787,976.47 may sound unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins, unbelievable things happen. So next time you see an old coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more exciting coin stories, rare discoveries, and hidden treasures, make sure to stay connected with coins. Today we are diving deep into something that looks simple at first glance but can carry unbelievable value. We are talking about Liberty coins, especially rare pieces around 1977, and how some of these coins have reached shocking prices in the market. Stay with me, because what you might have in your pocket or old drawer could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary, maybe slightly worn, something you wouldn't think twice about. But hidden in its details, in its minting, in its history, lies a story of rarity, demand, and collectors willing to pay massive amounts of money. Liberty coins are among those pieces that have captured attention for decades. Their design represents freedom, strength, and identity, and over time certain versions have become extremely valuable. Now let's talk about the year 1977. At first, many people assume coins from this era are common and not worth much. And yes, most of them are still circulating in low-value ranges. But the truth is, not all coins are equal. Some 1977 Liberty-related coins, depending on mint errors, condition, and rarity, can jump from being worth a few cents to thousands or even more in the collector's market. The first thing that drives value is condition. A coin that looks fresh, sharp, and untouched is always more valuable than one that is scratched or faded. Collectors use grading systems, and the closer a coin is to mint condition, the higher its value climbs. A 1977 coin that has never been circulated, with perfect edges and clear details, can multiply in price compared to a worn one. But condition alone is not everything. The real magic happens when we talk about mint errors. These are mistakes made during the production process, and they are rare. For example, a double strike, where the design appears twice slightly off, or an off-center strike, where the image is not properly aligned. These errors make a coin unique, and collectors love uniqueness. A rare 1977 Liberty-style coin with a visible mint error can sell for astonishing amounts. Another factor is mint mark. Coins are produced in different locations, and each location adds a small letter to indicate where it was made. Some mints produce fewer coins than others, making those coins rarer. If you find a 1977 coin with a less common mint mark, its value could be significantly higher than a regular one. Let's go deeper into the idea of extreme value. You might have seen numbers like hundreds of thousands or even close to $1 million attached to certain coins. While those cases are rare, they are real. Coins that reach such prices usually have a combination of perfect condition, historical importance, and extreme rarity. Sometimes only a few pieces exist in the entire world, and that scarcity drives collectors to pay unbelievable prices. Now think about Liberty as a symbol. The Liberty design has appeared on multiple coins across American history. The image of Liberty represents freedom and national identity, and collectors are deeply attracted to that symbolism. Coins featuring Liberty, especially older or unique variations, often carry emotional and historical value, not just monetary value. The market for coins is constantly changing. Prices go up and down based on demand, discoveries, and collector interest. A coin that was ignored for years can suddenly become valuable if collectors start focusing on that type. This is why staying informed and checking your coins regularly is so important. You might be wondering, how do you know if your coin is valuable? Start by checking the date, then look closely at the design. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for any unusual features. Look for doubling in letters, strange alignments, or anything that looks different from a standard coin. These small details can make a huge difference. Another important step is authentication. If you believe you have a rare coin, getting it checked by a professional grading service can confirm its authenticity and condition. This not only increases its value but also makes it easier to sell in the market. Let's talk about real-life stories. There have been cases where people found rare coins in old collections, inherited boxes, or even everyday change. What seemed like a simple coin turned out to be worth thousands. These stories remind us that hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. The excitement of coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, discovery, and the thrill of finding something rare. Every coin has a story. Who used it, where it traveled, what era it represents. Holding a coin is like holding a piece of time. Now imagine if you have a 1977 coin sitting somewhere at home. Maybe you never paid attention to it. Maybe it is mixed with other coins. After watching this, you might look at it differently. You might check its details, its condition, and who knows, you might uncover something valuable. Collectors today are always searching. Auctions, online markets, private sales, the demand is strong. Rare Liberty coins continue to attract attention, and prices continue to surprise people. Some coins that were once sold for small amounts are now worth much more due to growing interest. One key tip is never to clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce value significantly. Even if a coin looks dirty, collectors prefer it in original condition. That natural aging is part of its authenticity. Also, proper storage matters. Keeping coins in a safe, dry place, using protective holders, and avoiding direct contact can preserve their condition. The better the preservation, the higher the potential value. The journey of a coin from circulation to collector's item is fascinating. It starts as everyday money, moves through time, and eventually becomes a rare collectible. Not every coin makes that journey, but the ones that do can become incredibly valuable. So the next time you come across old coins, take a moment. Look closely. Check the year, inspect the details, and consider the possibility that you might be holding something special. The world of coins is full of surprises. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Liberty coins and the hidden value of 1977 pieces, make sure to stay connected with coins. There is always more to discover, more stories to uncover, and more treasures waiting to be found. Your next coin could change everything. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious topics in coin collecting, Liberty coins, their history, and the shocking truth about their current market value, including rare pieces that have sold for incredible amounts like $787,976 and more. Imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand, something that looks ordinary at first glance. But what if that coin was actually worth more than a luxury house? What if it carried history, power, and a story that goes back over 100 years? That is exactly what Liberty coins represent. Liberty coins are not just currency. They are symbols. Symbols of freedom, identity, and the early spirit of the United States. The image of Lady Liberty has appeared on many coins throughout American history. From flowing hair designs to seated figures and standing representations, Liberty has always stood as a powerful icon. These coins were minted during different periods, each carrying unique features, errors, and rare variations that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for. Now let's talk about the year 1977. Many people believe that only very old coins can be valuable. But here is where things get interesting. Coins from 1977, especially certain Liberty-related designs or rare mint errors, have gained attention in the collector market. While most 1977 coins are common, there are rare versions, coins with minting mistakes, unusual metal compositions, or perfect uncirculated condition, that can be worth thousands or even more. Some collectors have reported coins that appeared completely normal at first. But after closer inspection, they found rare characteristics, double strikes, off-center prints, or missing details. These small imperfections turn ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. And when such coins enter auctions, collectors from around the world compete aggressively, driving the price higher and higher. One of the most shocking realities in the coin world is how condition affects value. A coin that is scratched or worn may be worth only a few dollars. But the same coin, in mint condition, meaning it looks almost untouched, can be worth hundreds or thousands. Professional grading services examine coins carefully, assigning them a grade that determines their value in the market. Now imagine a Liberty coin graded at the highest level. Perfect edges. Sharp details. No wear at all. That is when prices can explode. Coins like these are extremely rare because most coins were used in everyday transactions. Finding one in perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The story does not stop there. Some Liberty coins are valuable because of historical significance. They were minted during important periods, wars, economic changes, or transitions in government. These coins are not just metal, they are witnesses to history. Collectors value them not only for their rarity but also for the stories they carry. Let's talk about the big numbers. Coins reaching values close to $700,000 or more are not just myths. High-profile auctions have recorded such sales. These coins often have a combination of rarity, perfect condition, and strong demand. When all these factors align, the value can skyrocket. But here is something most people do not realize. Rare coins are still out there. Hidden in drawers, old collections, piggy banks, or even passed down through families. Many people unknowingly own coins that could be worth a fortune. That is why checking your coins carefully can be life-changing. Look closely at the details. Check the year, the mint mark, the design, and any unusual features. Even something as small as a tiny letter under the date can make a huge difference. Coins minted in different locations often have different values, and collectors pay close attention to these details. Another important factor is demand. The coin market changes over time. A coin that was not very valuable 10 years ago might be extremely valuable today. As more collectors enter the market and awareness grows through platforms like YouTube, demand increases, and prices rise. The world of Liberty coins is full of surprises. Every coin has a story, and every collector is searching for that one rare piece that will change everything. Some spend years hunting for it. Others find it by pure luck. Imagine finding a coin in your collection and realizing it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That moment, that discovery, is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It is not just a hobby. It is a treasure hunt, and the best part is, anyone can start. You do not need to be an expert. You just need curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. Start by examining the coins you already have. Learn about different Liberty designs. Understand what makes a coin rare. And most importantly, never underestimate the value of what you might be holding, because somewhere out there, maybe even in your own home, there could be a Liberty coin waiting to be discovered, a coin that could change your life forever. So keep searching, keep learning, and stay connected with coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable topics in the coin collecting world. Liberty coins. These coins are not just pieces of metal. They carry history, mystery, and in some cases, incredible value that can reach hundreds of thousands or even close to $1 million depending on rarity, condition, and demand. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance, but in reality, it could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. That is exactly what makes Liberty coins so exciting for collectors and beginners alike. Let's start by understanding what Liberty coins actually are. The word liberty appears on many United States coins and represents freedom, a core value of the nation. Over the years, different designs of Lady Liberty have appeared on coins such as the Liberty Head, Seated Liberty, Walking Liberty, and more. Each design tells a different story from a different era. Now let's focus on why some Liberty coins are worth so much money today. The value of any coin depends on a few important factors. Rarity is the biggest one. If only a small number of coins were made, or if most of them were lost or damaged over time, the remaining ones become extremely valuable. Condition is another major factor. A coin that looks almost new, with sharp details and no scratches, can be worth many times more than the same coin in worn condition. Historical significance also plays a big role. Coins minted during important periods, such as wars or economic changes, are often more desirable. And finally, demand. If collectors are actively searching for a specific coin, its price can rise quickly. Now let's talk about the 1980 connection. Many people think older always means more valuable, but that is not always true. In 1980, the United States Mint was producing coins in large quantities, so most coins from that year are common. However, certain Liberty-themed coins or older Liberty coins that were still circulating or being collected during that time gained attention in the market. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, coin collecting became very popular. People started searching through their pocket change, hoping to find rare pieces. This increased demand caused prices of certain Liberty coins to rise significantly. Some Liberty coins have reached incredible market values. There are rare examples that have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In extreme cases, certain rare Liberty coins, especially in perfect condition or with unique mint errors, have approached values close to $787,976 or even higher in private sales or auctions. Let's talk about some of the most valuable Liberty coin types. The Liberty Head coins, especially older ones from the 1800s, are highly sought after. If you find one in excellent condition, it could be worth a fortune. The Walking Liberty $50 is another favorite among collectors. Its beautiful design and historical importance make it very desirable. There are also rare mint-error Liberty coins. These are coins that were struck incorrectly during production. Maybe the design is off-center, or there is a double image, or the metal composition is unusual. These errors make the coin unique, and collectors are willing to pay high prices for such rare mistakes. Now here is something very important. Many people have valuable coins but don't even realize it. Coins sitting in old drawers, inherited collections, or even loose change could contain hidden treasures. That is why it is always a good idea to carefully check your coins, look for details like the year, mint mark, and condition. Even small differences can mean a huge change in value. A tiny letter on the coin indicating where it was minted can make one coin common and another extremely rare. Another interesting fact is how grading affects value. Professional coin grading services examine coins and assign them a grade based on condition. A coin graded at the highest level can be worth many times more than the same coin without grading. This is why serious collectors always pay attention to grading. The market for Liberty coins continues to grow. With more people becoming interested in coin collecting, demand keeps increasing. Online auctions, collector forums, and coin shows have made it easier than ever to buy and sell rare coins, but remember, not every Liberty coin is valuable. You need the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand. That is what turns a simple coin into a high-value collectible. If you are serious about finding valuable coins, start learning and observing. Study coin designs, understand mint marks, and compare different years. The more knowledge you have, the better your chances of discovering something valuable. Imagine finding a coin in your collection that you thought was worth just a few cents, but after checking carefully, you realize it could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That excitement is what makes coin collecting so addictive and rewarding. Also, always be careful when buying or selling coins. The market has both genuine collectors and fake sellers. Make sure to deal with trusted sources and, if possible, get coins authenticated before making big purchases. In conclusion, Liberty coins are more than just currency. They are pieces of history, art, and investment. Some may be common, but others can reach unbelievable values in today's market. So next time you look at a coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. You might be holding something truly valuable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Liberty coins and their market value, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay connected with Coins for more amazing discoveries from the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of top Liberty coins, coins that collectors chase, investors admire, and history itself has shaped over centuries. These coins are not just currency. They are stories frozen in time. From the early days of the United States to modern collector markets, Liberty coins represent freedom, artistry, and rare value. And among them, certain years, like 1981, spark curiosity, confusion, and excitement. Could a coin from that year really be valuable? Or is it something else entirely? Let's start by understanding what Liberty means on coins. The image of Liberty has appeared on many U.S. coins over the years. It symbolizes freedom, independence, and the spirit of a nation. You'll find Liberty on coins like the Morgan dollar, Peace dollar, Walking Liberty half dollar, and many others. Each design tells a different story, created by talented engravers and shaped by historical events. Now here's where things get interesting. Not every Liberty coin is valuable. In fact, most coins in circulation are worth only their face value. But certain coins become extremely valuable because of rarity, mint errors, limited production, historical importance, or condition. These factors combine to create coins that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for. Take the famous Morgan silver dollar, for example. Minted between 1878 and 1921, it features a beautiful profile of Liberty. Some rare versions of this coin, especially those with low mintage or special mint marks, can sell for thousands of dollars. In perfect condition, even more. Then there's the Walking Liberty half dollar, minted from 1916 to 1947. Its design is considered one of the most beautiful in U.S. coin history. Again, most are common, but rare dates or high-grade examples can be extremely valuable. Now let's talk about the number that caught your attention, 1981. This is where many people get confused. There is no widely recognized top Liberty coin from 1981 that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in normal circulation. However, there are coins from around that time that can be valuable under certain conditions. For example, 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollars exist, but they don't show Liberty in the traditional artistic sense. These coins were not widely circulated and were mostly produced for collectors. Some proof versions or mint sets can be worth more than face value, but usually not extremely high unless they are in perfect condition or part of a rare set. Also, error coins from 1981 can be valuable. If a coin has a minting mistake, like double strikes, off-center prints, or missing details, it can become rare and desirable. Collectors love error coins because they are unique. One mistake at the mint can turn an ordinary coin into something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another important factor is grading. Coins are graded on a scale from poor condition to perfect mint state. A coin that looks shiny, untouched, and flawless can be worth much more than the same coin in worn condition. Professional grading companies seal coins in protective cases and assign them a grade, which directly affects their market value. Now let's address the big number, $787,976.43. That's an extremely high value, and while some coins have sold for similar or even higher amounts, those are usually ultra-rare pieces. We're talking about coins like the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, or rare mint error coins, or coins with historical significance and perfect condition. If someone claims a 1981 Liberty coin is worth that amount, you should be careful. It's important to verify such claims with trusted sources or professional coin dealers. The coin market is exciting, but it's also full of misinformation. Always check the authenticity, condition, and demand before assuming a coin is extremely valuable. But here's the exciting part, valuable coins are still out there. People have found rare coins in pocket change, old collections, and family inheritances. The thrill of discovery is what makes coin collecting so addictive. Imagine finding a coin in your drawer that turns out to be worth thousands of dollars. It happens more often than you think. Collectors around the world search for key dates, rare mint marks, and unique errors. They study designs, learn history, and build collections that can grow in value over time. Some treat it as a hobby, others as an investment, but for many, it becomes a passion. If you're interested in Liberty coins, start by looking at what you already have. Check the dates, look for mint marks, examine the condition. Even small details can make a big difference. And if you find something unusual, don't ignore it. It might be worth more than you expect. Also, keep in mind that the coin market changes. Values go up and down based on demand, rarity, and global interest. A coin that is worth a certain amount today might be worth more, or less, in the future. Staying informed is key. In the end, Liberty coins are more than just money. They are pieces of art, history, and mystery. Some are common, some are rare, and a few are incredibly valuable. The journey of discovering them is what makes it all worthwhile. So next time you see an old coin, don't just pass it by. Take a closer look. Because hidden in your collection, or even in your pocket, could be a small piece of history worth a fortune. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of Liberty coins, focusing on a mysterious and highly talked about piece, the 1994 Liberty coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, dreamers, and treasure hunters around the world. Close your eyes and picture this. A small metallic disc, worn slightly by time, passing through countless hands, sitting quietly in pockets, drawers, and jars. Most people never look twice at it. But a few sharp eyes notice something different. Something rare. Something valuable. Liberty coins have always held a special place in the history of currency. The word liberty itself is powerful. It represents freedom, independence, and identity. That is why these coins are not just money. They are symbols. And when a symbol meets rarity, the value can explode beyond imagination. Now let us talk about the 1994 Liberty coin. The letter D represents the Denver Mint, one of the key mints responsible for producing coins in the United States. Millions of coins are produced every year, but not all coins are created equal. Some carry tiny variations, minting errors, or unique features that turn them into hidden treasures. The truth is, most 1994 coins are completely normal. They are worth only their face value. But the story changes when we talk about rare varieties, error coins, or coins preserved in perfect condition. That is where collectors begin to pay attention. That is where the price starts climbing. There are coins in the market that have shocked everyone. Coins that were once ignored but later sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some rare Liberty coins have crossed unbelievable values in auctions. And when people hear numbers like hundreds of thousands or even close to $1 million, curiosity spreads like wildfire. Now you might be wondering, what makes a coin like the 1994 Liberty coin so valuable in some cases? The answer lies in a combination of factors. Condition is one of the biggest. A coin that looks brand new, with sharp details and no scratches, is always worth more. Collectors call this mint condition. Then comes rarity. If only a few coins exist with a certain error or variation, their value increases dramatically. Sometimes the difference is so small that only experts can detect it. A slight doubling in letters, a misaligned strike, or an unusual shine can completely change the worth of a coin. Another important factor is demand. If collectors are actively searching for a specific coin, its price goes up. It becomes a competition. People are willing to pay more just to add that one rare piece to their collection. Now let us address the number that has been circulating, the idea of a Liberty coin being worth around $787,000 or even more. It sounds unbelievable, almost like a dream. And in most cases, it is extremely rare for a 1994 coin to reach such a value. But the coin world is full of surprises. There have been coins that shocked experts and broke records simply because they were unique. This is why people all over the world are now checking their coins more carefully. Old jars, piggy banks, forgotten drawers, everything becomes a treasure hunt. Because the possibility, even if small, is exciting. The idea that something so ordinary could turn into something extraordinary is what keeps this hobby alive. The history of Liberty coins goes back many decades. Over time, different designs have been introduced, each reflecting the culture and spirit of its era. Some Liberty coins show a strong, confident figure. Others present a more classic and artistic design. But all of them share one thing: they tell a story of freedom and identity. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying history. They are buying moments frozen in time. That is why even small details matter so much. A tiny difference in design can represent a different year, a different mint, or a different story. If you have a 1994 Liberty coin, do not rush to sell it immediately. First, examine it carefully. Look at the edges, the lettering, the shine. Compare it with standard images. If something feels different, it might be worth getting it checked by an expert. Professional grading services can confirm the condition and authenticity of your coin, and that can make a huge difference in its value. One important thing to remember is that not every coin you find will make you rich. And that is okay. The real beauty of coin collecting is the journey. The excitement of discovery. The learning process. The stories behind each piece, but sometimes, just sometimes, a rare gem appears. A coin that changes everything. A coin that proves that hidden treasures still exist in the modern world. So next time you come across a coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. You never know what you might be holding. It could be just another coin, or it could be a piece of history waiting to reveal its true worth, and that is the magic of Liberty coins. Simple, powerful, and full of surprises.